Alright everybody, this is Legionnaire, and we are doing a commentary on Powerhouse, Shotty Snipers, and Halo Reach, and Halo 3 Shotty Snipers on Ghost Town. So, here are some tips of what to do and what not to do. I'm not going to claim I'm in any way the best sniper in Halo, because I'm definitely not. But, I'm decent enough at sniping that I can still provide some input. Now this top spot, the dirt path, is a bad spot to camp with sniping in Powerhouse and Reach because it's way too easy to get cleaned up. You want to hang by the rocky outcropping on the mountain in the shade or the top of the water tower for the best sniping positions in this map. Now I made a mistake by rushing basically bottom mid to chase them down with a shotgun and I got cleaned up. This is what you want to do instead. Camping by the rocky outcropping in the shade where you're relatively difficult to spot, and they are basically advancing up the hill, but they can't see you from behind the tower unless they look, because all the time people are moving up that bridge to Powerhouse. I cannot count the number of times in Reach in this particular map where you will spawn beneath that ramp and walk straight up that ramp. So being in an obscured position and sniping specifically where you can quickly cut off their retreat is very important. Now, this is kind of a slow start for me. Playing a bit more defensively than the last few minutes because we have to. Blackstorm's waiting there. Rushing with the shotgun. Sniping is, as I said, my Halo 3 portion, definitely I improved my sniping. Did a nice bloodshot on both of them, and then they get cleaned up. Now I'm on the bridge myself. This is not a spot you want to stay in for too long because it's very easy to get cleaned up in. Now I'm advancing towards the water tower and concrete path. Now there's two guys there. I take out one with the shotgun, but two others rush me, so I knew I was going to die, so trading with the shotgun in that particular situation was the right play. Blackstorm charges me. I get two body shots on them, and one of them gets cleaned up by my teammate. Very nice headshot right there. Grabbing the health pack, and I see Brendan trying to retreat, but I quickly clean him up. This is definitely not a spot you want to be in, like the bottom lockers. Very easy to get pinned down. And this is a difficult spot to contest because they have all the rocks as cover. It's a good spot to camp. I would still say for sniping in Powerhouse, you really want to be by the the focus rifle spawn, which is in the back by the mountains, because it's all obscured by shade and it's harder to see people for sniping than the other portions of the map where the sun is directly down on them and they're easier to spot. I'm less skilled, I'd say, in Reach with the sniper than Halo 3 and the other older Halo games, just because the changing bloom on the reticule is a little more difficult to deal with. It just doesn't feel the same as the other Halos in terms of sniping. Spawning again on the open concrete path by the bridge at the spawn of the map. And this is a place you're going to contest a lot by the water tower. Basically, if you're going to camp top mid in Powerhouse, you're going to get cleaned up after a few minutes because it's very easy to get exposed. So you want to be constantly moving around and keeping them on their toes. Constantly moving about and never staying in one spot for too long on this map. So Cliffside is again a very dangerous spot because you're very easy to spot. Clean up Blackstorm.
Double kill.
Getting an angle, a very nice double on wrist flip. And I almost get a triple of him off the spawn, but he cleans me up. He cleans me off the spawn twice in a row, actually. That was a lucky 2 spawns for him. I take him down to a body shot, and wrist was cleaned up by Pancure. This is the spot to be, I would say, on average. In powerhouse sniping, this shady spot by the rocks is just the best spot because there's plenty of places to cut cover. It's much harder to see your opponents to see you, and you can get cleanups a lot easier. I just find sniping in general from that side of the map in powerhouse easier than the top end when you're exposed. That guy had an insane lunge. I should have at least traded because I took out my shotgun and I fired the trigger as he meleeed me. So that was a little confusing. Now it's scrap time for this game. What a shot. Wow. Wonderful shot right there. I should not be hanging around the spillway with no shields. I'd mess up that jump. Reach has the least effective jump, I would say, in most of the Halo games because Bungie really expected you to jetpack and everything. I still love Reach, but if there's one thing I can say is a little annoying, it's that defaulted slow, lower jump. Now, it's time for the Halo 3 one. Now this game was basically double sniping because all of our teammates on both the red and the blue team eventually quit, so the majority of this game is essentially 2v2 Shotty Snipers. Now, Shotty Snipers like SWAT, the team with less teammates actually has an advantage with sniping because it's a one-shot headshot, 2 shots to the body, and the less targets, the more your team with more teammates is exposed. So, Shotty Snipers like SWAT is one of the only playlists in Halo where the team with the less teammates has an advantage. That's the only way I can put it. Trading shots at Mordo off of the normal Ghost Town sniper spawn, Mordred, and a bunch of people just quit. And although we have more numbers, as I've said, in sniping, the team with less players is going to have an advantage because they have more targets to shoot and they can still kill just as quickly. That was a poor snipe on my end. I don't know why I took out the shotgun there. As I said, I'm good with the sniper, but by no means amazing. This is more about average tips and techniques. My main skill with Halo has always been the battle rifle. But being a good sniper is just as or more important because a sniper can change the flow and direction of a game in seconds. You could be losing a game and have an excellent sniper basically pin them down for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and you're back in the game. So, although the sniper is a power weapon, it is one of the most important ones to learn to use effectively. I don't know how that shotgun shot didn't trade. Now it is basically 2v2 doubles sniping. And this is when things got interesting. This is an awkward angle, so I had to use Shotty because it's not easy to snipe from that close range. Going up that slope, you're more exposed. Mordred cleans up my teammate. They use a bubble shoot. We're basically baiting them, or they're trying to bait us. And that was a very nice double flank by them. This spot by the original sniper spawn is often patrolled, so you always want to check that hole in the wall every time you're moving. Clean up Bake Spree. Clean up Mordred with a double kill from the shotgun. Trading with Baker, take his shields out, but then I get cleaned up and I call out he's one shot. Cleaned up from Crevice. Trying to be sneaky against Mordred. Nice bloodshot to take him out. This is a very excellent spot because you can check all corners of Ghost Town, especially in sniping. So this is the spot you want to be in top. It's the center of the map. Very nice double kill, double shot. I mean, 2 bodies on Mordred. Nice double right there. Now we're 2 behind. Take out Mordred with very nice no-scope. We're behind by 1 point, and he gets a very nice 2 shots on me. So that cleans me up. And they're basically on top by Shotty spawn. We're baiting them, and I see this other player. He's now on top. In this particular room, the shotgun is more effective than other areas of the map. That was an awful shot. Yeah, I probably deserve to get bagged on that one, because that was a pretty bad shot. The key with sniping is basically you barely want to use the right stick at all. You want to use the right stick to position the crosshair, but most of your aiming is done with your strafe, so your left stick is doing most of the work. The hard part is learning how to finesse the right stick so you're barely touching it and just using it to steady the aim of your strafe. And this is more important with sniping than any other weapon in Halo, because the sniper is a smaller scope and you have to be much more accurate, so spacing and timing your shots is essential. Clean up Mordred with the shotgun, get a nice return lunge based on the other lunge in the earlier part of this video. At least I can have a decent lunge now and then. Lunge can often be determined by host. Bake hits me 1 shot. I get Bake 1 shot, Mordred then cleans me up. I'll call out that they're both on bridge. Now this is a very difficult spot because you're very exposed, so I'm waiting in the crevice. I see Mordred, we trade shots, I clean up Mordred. Quickly slip under this crack. And any shaded area of any map is definitely going to be easier to camp in than a map that's part of the map that's drenched in sunlight and you're easily exposed. But in sniping more than other game types, you cannot stay in one spot for too long because camping is punished more swiftly. Because 1 shot to the head and you're out, 2 body shots you're out. So camping in this game type more than other ones is less rewarding. Trade with Mordred. So we're about 1 behind. I'm pushing top Shotty. I see Mordred. We're trading shotgun blows. Have to play aggressive because I was 1 shift. Return that teabag. Timing teabagging is very important as a skill too in Halo. Knowing when to bag the opponent to piss them off just that much more so that they will lose skill by getting aggressive and losing focus. Very important skill. I'm not kidding. Like, knowing when to teabag your opponent in Halo is a very important skill. Just doing it for the sake of doing it doesn't really do anything for psychological warfare. But if you teabag at the exact moments where you know it's like a critical point in the game, you can cause your teammate to get your opponent to get angry and lose focus and start bum rushing you. And once they start bum rushing you in a game like Shotty's, they've already lost. Because this is a game type more than the others where defensiveness and strategic positioning are so essential. That's always been important in any Halo game type, but more so I'd say in snipers than any other. So if you can basically get them bum rushing you consistently with a sniper or shotgun, they're going to basically award you free points if you get into their head. Now, some players have thicker skin, so this may not always work, but for the ones it does work on, it's an easy way to weed them out and to get an easier game to win. But timing is essential. On top Shotty, give my teammate a bubble shield, and I know that they're pushing me. Mordred's right over there. I clean up Mordred. Going back to our bubble, and he was the bottom dirt path entrance, so I am controlling that as well. Here's Mordred. He gets a nice cleanup on me. I see he's in the crack again, so I'm controlling that spot. Nice kill right there. This is a good spot in general. You're obscured, you can have cover, and you can get headshots like that. Nice double kill right there. This, I'd say, is the best spot in Ghost Town for sniping. You have plenty of cover, tons of shade, You can quickly clean up kills, and you can access all critical parts of the map very rapidly. Can't rely too much on this bubble shield though. And there, red is pushing my bubble. Mordred's coming with Shotty. Oh wow, that should have been a trade. Like you saw the blood coming out, right? That should have definitely been a trade. I have a feeling that they are at the top in that pocket, so I'm going to tentatively push because I see him right there. Nice cleanup right there on Mordred. I know he's coming up top. He takes me out. I call him out. Oh wow, Bake gets an excellent shot on me. Bake was their better player for sure. Mordred was just too easy to bait, whereas Bake stayed focused and consistent. So they're in the lead again. We have to quickly close the gap. Now I know they're bottom OS, because they just clean up there, but my teammate gave him a body shot, so I clean up Bake right there. And I'm looking to bait Mordred because he's easier to trick into being baited. There's Bake. He cleans me up. Now I'm trading shots on top mid with both of them. Mordred cleans me up. I call him out. Teammate didn't help too much this game because he's far away from cleaning them up. So they were top, and then he surprises me by cleaning up Mordred. So that was very good on his end. Remaining. So it's neck and neck right now. But they're pressing their advantage. Pull up the shotgun for that one. And we have basically 50 seconds to get 2 to 3 kills. Okay, they're all trading over there. I gotta keep them aggressively pinned down because I know they're there in that crack or under there. I'm firing shots at the bottom crack because I know he's down there. He shoots at me. I know they're gonna pop out of that hole again at some point. Or over there. Very nice kill on Mordred by Lucas. We need an X 1 to 2 kills, and you gotta play defensively because we only have 20 seconds. Guy coming for my teammate. I'm trying to assist him. Get a body shot on him, and I get the assist. He cleans him up. Now it is a tie game with 5 seconds. Bake is one shot, and oh, what an absolutely clutch kill by Lucas. Good shit. And we take it for the win. So Lucas definitely pulled his weight at the end. And that is my 2 Shotty Snipers commentary. Stay tuned for more.